What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Datcoopguy here, and today we are going to be looking at sort of some tips and tricks and a best start for a brand new player jumping into Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. So this game is pretty fun. It is a huge time sink, and it's a great game to play right now when you're not allowed to go outside. So without further ado, let's jump in and let's talk a little bit about Mount & Blade Bannerlord. So getting a good start and a good starting build, especially when you're a brand new player, is very much key. It doesn't seem like it, but trust me when I say that having the skills in the right places can really help you out. So there's a lot of good cultures here. Empire's really good for in-game. This is really good if you're hunting down bandits and just want to level up that way. This is really good for trade, and these two are kind of okay. Battalions you can kind of make use of for running around and trying to escape larger crowds later on in the game. But for the beginners, I highly recommend Valadians. So what that does is it gives you 20% more XP from battles for your troops. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be really utilizing it. We're not going to worry about character customization. So, jumping into the game, it is very difficult to figure out what type of build you want to do. But what you're going to be doing is you're going to go with Baron Retainers. So, you're going to be starting off the game with a horse. A horse is a very powerful tool. You can just run around the map and kind of attack and run around and just dodge out of everything, which is already a really good skill to have. So, why not utilize it? Walking around, athletics is kind of good for archers and everything, but you're going to be rocking a horse for most of the game, so why not utilize it? And polearms are really good weapons in general. They have longer reach, and when you're on a horse, you really need that reach, especially going forward. So highly recommend that. Now, what you're going to do here is you are going to pick Way with People. It gives you a charm skill, which will help you get out of harder missions, such as, I think it's like Family Feud, where you can talk your way out of a situation. But the real stat we're looking for is that leadership, and I will show you guys later why. So, all these different skills are pretty decent. Personally, I like, if I could find it, this one, or this one. So this one allows you to have a little bit more of archery and give you tactics, which will help you out with your cavalry units later on. Or you can do charm and trade to work on your charm and trade. For this occasion, we're just going to go with the 100 small game because you need all the stats for combat because you are a pleb and don't know how to fight yet. So the next one is there's a lot of different skills here. This one I don't think is that good. Yeah, it's good for throwing items and everything, but it doesn't really serve the purposes of what you're going for. This is actually pretty good because you start with a sword and shield, and you do have a polearm, and it does give you tactics and stewardship, which will be helpful later on. You could just go with the cav, though, because, you know, we're going to be utilizing that polearm and the horses, so we'll just stick with that. The next one you're going to be choosing is Successfully Led a Manhunt. This will give you 2 in leadership and 2 in tactics, so we only have to do, like, 1 major battle, and we'll get all the stuff that we need. Most of these are okay, so to speak. The one that you're going to be really going for is this one right here, Organize the Travelers to Break Out. Gives you that 2 in social, and basically what it'll allow you to do is get 3 points into leadership, which is what we're really going for here. Doesn't matter what our name is, doesn't matter what the start of the game is, I don't care. You could try realistic if you're a decent player at this. However, I really recommend very easy for your guys' first playthrough. If you're looking at this guide, you probably just want to go in very easy. Don't be afraid to do that. It's okay. We're going to skip the tutorial for right now so I can actually show you everything. I highly recommend the tutorial, though, as it does get your skills up. It does teach you the fundamentals of the game. It doesn't get you any money or anything, but it's the skills that and the level ups that really matter. Subscribe. So, we spelled subscribe wrong. Doesn't matter. And then doesn't matter what our flag is. Okay, so jumping into the game, what you're going to immediately do is jump on your character. Okay? So, you're going to go to leadership. Because we have a 3 in leadership, we start with a perk point right at the start. Now, the other perk point they're going to be putting into is horses. So, you're going to put that there. And then you're going to go back to the leadership. And you're going to choose a medium amount of XP for troops 1, 2, and 3. Now, this partners up with our background. So, because of our background where we get more XP and having a large amount every single day, we'll be able to get really high tier troops right at the beginning. We also have a really good polearm skill, which means we just have to use that polearm just a few battles to get ourselves some more XP, and just run around on our horse to give our horse more XP. Over time, as you sort of get your troops up faster, because they'll be able to get to tier 4, tier 5 very quickly, because we'll have them at tier 3 in a matter of like a couple of days. You'll be able to get the morale for your horses and making sure that your cavalry doesn't have morale loss there. And we'll have the charm skill to make sure that you can talk your way out of different sort of situations. So bartering, I wouldn't recommend. It's not that important. As you use this skill more often, I would highly recommend the 10% chance of getting more relation, as that is quite helpful. Now that we've officially jumped into the game, what you're going to do is you're just going to immediately rush over to the first town. When you clear the bandit camp, you're just going to kind of rush down here as well, and you're just going to recruit a nice army here. So we'll get our nice 5 here, and one of the things that's also important is having a variety of different types of food. So what I usually do is I usually pick up a good amount here, and a little, we'll just do 2 of each, and there we go. So we have 5 grain and 2 of each. What this will do is this allows your guys to have a little bit more food, obviously, for on the go, but it really helps out with the party morale. Having multiple different types of food is very important, especially when you're running around trying to deal with all the problems out there in the world, and you want to have morale because it makes them in the combat simulators kind of work a little bit better. So that is something that is very important, especially jumping forward. Now I will show you why this is actually a decent build. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of run around until we find some bandits. There should be some somewhere around here. They might go pretty easy on us. There we go. We got some looters. We lost them. We lost them, boys. It's okay. We'll get them next time. Actually, we got 9 there. So we'll chase after these 9 real quick. So one day has actually gone by, but what we'll do is we'll do one good fight here with these guys. And we will go and attack. So we have our troops here, and we have our horse, and what we're going to do is we're just going to charge. In the beginning stages, it's, you know, usually you want to have a little bit more strategy, but right now we're kind of at the start of the game, so there's not really much of a reason. And what we're going to do is just kind of charge around, and we're basically going to aim downwards. And then what you do is you just aim, and bam. And what our goal here is to use this polearm as much as possible, so that way we can get that skill up. And if I can aim this right. Basically, we're just going to keep on attacking them with this polearm because we need to make sure that we get our polearm up. And we'll go over here and stab. Alright, and he's going to almost get out of there, but we're going to stop him. There we go. And there you have it. So, we took 1 prisoner. Prisoners are actually very important in the game. It's a good way to get a lot of money real quick. And obviously, always look at the loot. So, all the loot here is pretty much average. Nothing too crazy going on here. And we'll take all the loot. Alright, so, with all of that, now we can go to our party. Because of our huge boost there, we're able to upgrade our troops. Now, in the beginning stages, what I see a lot of players do is they just go all like infantrymen. That's not the way you exactly want to do it. What you want to do is you want to have kind of like a spread. So I like doing a 3-to-1. So you have 1 archer and then 2 of those, and then it's a pretty solid state. Now also keep in mind you do need to have the money to kind of take care of your problems. So I highly recommend picking up quests along the way. Now, on top of trying to make a lot of money, I really recommend that players do not pick up just 25 troops as fast as possible. While that is pretty decent, what I recommend is getting all of your troops up to at least a tier 3 and then getting a bunch of troops. Because what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have really solid troops before you start picking up some of these bigger missions. So what you're basically going to do is you're going to run around and click these up, and then you're going to try to get these guys up to tier 3, which you will do in a matter of just like 2 to 3 days, and maybe having a bandit fight in between. And then what you're going to do is pick up all the supplies, you go over here, you go to the tavern, you sell your prisoners, and then you sell any of the goods that you pick up. This will allow you to be able to pick up more money and get yourself some better loot. So what we'll do here is we sell all the stuff that we have and 1,000. And then what you're going to do is you want to pick up more horses. Now, why do you want to pick up more horses? Because what it does is it makes you walk a little bit faster. So you saw how hard it was for me to chase after something. I was very slow with how I did that. So what I typically do is I just pick up a few of these horses. So what we are looking for is the stat of speed, as that will allow us to be able to walk a little bit faster into the places we want. So what I usually do is I pick up 3 horses, and there you go. We have a nice spread, a good amount of money there. And then what we do is you just run around to all the different towns here and you pick up any of the quests here. I recommend doing at least 3 quests, as it will give you a lot of renown and will give you a decent amount of money. Don't overwork yourself and give yourself so many troops, as you need to train up your troops and your skill to be able to do anything. Then, as time goes on, with your polearm skill, after you use it a few times, increase your hit points. With your horse, as you ride across the map, increase your hit points there. With leadership, you'll now have a good amount of leadership, so you'll be able to get a lot more sort of perks as time goes on, and you'll use your charm skill with Family Feud and always try to talk your way out of the situation, so that way you can utilize the skill and get yourself to some of the better stuff along the way. So such as 20% more renown from battles, which will help you get to higher tier points for your family. So anyways guys, I really hope that you do enjoy this short little guide. I didn't want to make it too long, as I know a lot of videos out there, they're like 30 minutes long and they're trying to explain every in and out of the game. I just wanted to give you guys a simple rundown so that you fully understand that way you have more health, you can do a lot of more damage with your better quality troops, and it'll help you out with the battle simulations in the beginning of the game. So you'll be able to get those tier 3s and pick them up in no time. Also, if you lose a bunch of men, say in the middle of the game, say you lose like 30 men, you'll be able to get those 30 men, even the plebs, super fast up, and not be spending that much money than just outright buying huge knights and cavalry units right there. So it's all about trying to be as cheap as possible and train those troops, so that way you don't spend that much money, because money is kind of hard to figure out when you're first jumping into the game. I hope you guys do enjoy. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and tell me if you guys want any more guides when it comes to Mount & Blade 2 War Banner. So, without further ado, thank you guys for watching.